Welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel, where we bring you the latest update from the transfer market in football. And the January transfer window is now open, and I'm going to be giving you the latest updates in this video. So we're going to start off with a player from Torino, Samuel Ricci, who has interest from many clubs. Manchester City have him on the list as a new CDM. AC Milan have concrete interest, and he is their number one target for a new midfielder in January and next summer. And he has lots of interest from big clubs around Europe, and the feeling is that he will make a move soon. But in January now, that has been ruled out, I would say, after he signed a new contract extension with Torino up until 2028. And the agreement until 2028, but there is a agreement between Samuel Ricci and Torino that if a club meets the asking price that Torino want for him, which I don't know what that is at the moment, is that Torino will not stand in his way and he will leave there. So we have to wait and see if any club does make a move. I doubt it will be made in January now after the new contract extension, but we have to wait and see. So there we are. Very similar to the Bremer situation at Torino, where he signed a new deal at Torino, then there was an agreement if a club meets his asking price he will leave, and Juventus did that and he did leave. So yeah, so Valencia are looking for a new striker in January, and Umar Sadiq from Real Sociedad is a player they've moved for, and he is currently set to have his medical today, and he will be expected, if he passes his medical, to join Valencia on a 6-month loan. And the loan will consist of a buy option of €9 million, which Valencia's main target for January was a new striker. And Umar Sadiq, personal terms, everything agreed, just the medical needs to be passed and all documents will be signed, and he will join on a half-season loan, which will consist of a €9 million buy option. So that one close to happening for Valencia. Now going to go to the Bundesliga and talk about RB Leipzig, who are looking for a new right-back in January, and a few names on the shortlist, but one player on the shortlist high up is Riddle Baku from Wolfsburg, and very experienced in the Bundesliga. He's been a good player, good servant for the club at Wolfsburg, and a big move is never happened. His contract expires next summer. No talks of Wolfsburg, so he's expected to become a free agent next summer, but maybe Wolfsburg can get a fee for him after their interest is there from Leipzig, and he is on the list, and he's seen as a cheap option for RB Leipzig. Other names also on the list for Leipzig, including Dedic from RB Salzburg, which once again will be a pretty straightforward transfer because, as we know, they're owned by Red Bull Salzburg and also RB Leipzig. So new right back expected for Leipzig in January. They're working on deals. They've got players on the list, so we have to wait and see who they go for. So now sticking with a player who's currently playing in the Bundesliga and a free agent next summer in Ruben Vargas. So what I am going to say on him is, we know many clubs have been working on signing him in Borussia Mönchengladbach, few teams from Italy, but Spanish clubs as well. And Sevilla are at the final stages of signing Ruben Vargas in January, as a €3 million fee has been accepted, and a 5-year deal is what is close to being agreed. So this is very close to happening, and Ruben Vargas will become a new Sevilla player in January, so that Augsburg don't lose him as a free agent. So there we are. So a deal will run until 2030, for the 5-year deal. Ruben Vargas set to join Sevilla after many interests from clubs in Germany, including Borussia Mönchengladbach, but Sevilla is the most likely place after €3 million bid has been accepted. Now we're going to talk about one of the most highly rated centre-backs in Liga after his impressive performances at Lens this season, and it is Kusanov. And we've got some information on Kusanov now after he's got interest from many clubs. PSG were looking at him, but I've told her that interest has gone cool. But one team who have Kusanov on the list, and that is Manchester City. And he is on the list in January for a new centre-back. So it is one, if they are looking to pursue it, they'll do it in January. And from RC Lens, I have said they would only sell one centre-back, either Kevin Danzo or Kusanov. At the moment, Danzo, no actual negotiations going on with any clubs, and same for Kusanov. So whoever goes first out of them two, the other one will stay. So we have to wait and see, but many top clubs in Europe are interested in Kusanov this January, and Manchester City are well informed on the situation of the player and what a deal would have to be to get a deal done. So we have to wait and see, but considered as a centre-back option for Manchester City. So now I'm going to talk a bit about Matheus Cunha in the summer. Obviously, impressive performances this season has got him linked with a lot of clubs. The same for João Pedro, the same for John Duran, a few strikers in the Premier League who are performing very well. So Arsenal and Manchester United have interest in the player, and we're going to talk about Arsenal first. So Arsenal are long-term admirers. They've had interest from a few seasons ago. Then he went off the topic, but his impressive performances this season have put him up there again as they look for a new striker. And just a quick one on Arsenal's new striker, that is expected to be addressed next summer and not in January. So a new striker very likely next summer, and in January I've been told. But with Arsenal and Matheus Cunha at the moment, he is not seen as a top target for next summer. He's a player who's on the list, who they like as a player, but are not a top target. And as I've said many times, Alexander Isak is a dream target for a new striker for Arsenal. So now we're going to talk about Manchester United's interest. And Man United have interest in Cunha, not only because from the last game he played very well against Man United, but also they've kept an eye on him this season on many times. So Manchester United, people in the recruitment team are very big fans and are in favour of a move for Cunha. But like what, as I'll say with Arsenal, is it's not a guaranteed top target for next summer. And also Wolves will have a say in what goes on, because Wolves are trying to work on a new deal for Matheus Cunha with new terms, so a pay rise for Cunha and new terms, and they are trying to extend that until 2030 as well, his contract. So we have to wait and see. It's still early on in the race for Cunha, so wait and see what goes on. Thank you for watching the video though. More updates coming, and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.